You're here for your 30-minute lesson, and this is the tune that I'm hoping to teach you in 30 minutes or less. It's a tune called Boil the Cabbage Down, very famous fiddle tune. In fact, I bet you've heard it before. It has an introduction, a main body, and an ending, and I'm going to try to teach you all of those parts, and you're going to come very close to being able to play this advanced version that I just played for you. There's a few things that need to wait a little longer, but you're going to know 90% of what I just played for you, okay? Just a quick little preliminary lesson. Tuning your violin. You've got the A string that we usually start with. That's this string right here. And that's that peg, okay? Or you can use your fine tuners if you have them. So start with A, and then D, and G, and then we tune our highest string last, the E string, okay? So make sure that you're in tune. Use your little electronic tuner if you have one. Quick little thought on how to hold your bow. Fiddlers hold their bows in all kinds of different ways. So I'm not going to tell you that mine is the only right way, but here's how I hold it. Basically, if you just shake your hand out so it's nice and relaxed, then you put your stick right in that relaxed hand, okay? And then a couple things have to happen. The pinky has to perch on top of the stick. These two guys, they just slap down on that ebony, and they give you a lot of power and control with steering the bow, as does the pinky. The pinky really helps to steer. Pinky needs to be round, not caved in, okay? First finger just lays down on his side and more or less stays on that metal lapping, and then the pad of your index finger grabs onto that leather, okay? From the other view, we've got a nice round hole here, and your thumb is bent. Your thumb basically forms a bridge between the leather and the ebony. Finds a spot right in between there, and then I like to tell my students to bend the thumb right into the horsehair. That encourages you to keep your thumb bent. You'll have the best control if your bow hold can be kind of round, like you're holding an egg, okay? So that's just a little guideline for you for getting your bow hold set. Now, first thing I want to teach you to learn Boil the Cabbage Down is the Nashville Shuffle. The Nashville Shuffle goes big, little, big, little, big, little, big, little, like this. Big, little, big, little, big, little, big, little. And it works the best in the middle of the bow. Okay, try that with me now on your A string. Ready, go. Big, little, big, little, big, little, big, little. Let's go a little faster. Listen to me. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, that's on one string. Usually in fiddling, we try to grab 2 strings when we can and when it fits. So let's try it on the A and the E string like this. Listen to me. That means that you have to change the angle of your bow so that it fits and contacts both strings. Don't just squish, because then you'll get really bad creaks and crunches. You just have to take careful aim, make sure the bow is hitting both strings. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, that's the Nashville Shuffle. Now, the next thing I want to teach you is the melody for Boil the Cabbage Down. We're going to learn it 2 different ways. The first way is called apple pie because it emulates the rhythm that we're going to learn. Listen to it. It goes apple pie, apple so it's on the A string. We're playing 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Or C sharp, D, C sharp, B. Let's try that, okay? And with the bow, we'll always go apple pie, apple pie. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. Let's try that one more time. Watch my bow. 1, 2, ready, play. That's half of it. Listen to the last half. Apple pie, apple pie, apple, apple pie, pie. Do you hear how it's a little bit different? Listen to the second half one more time. Apple pie, apple pie, apple, apple pie, pie. Try the last half with me now. 1, 2, ready, slow. Apple pie, apple pie, apple, apple pie, pie. Let's glue the first half and the second half all together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, one more time together. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, you can review that on your own. Next verse I'm going to teach you is called Grasshoppers. And Grasshoppers is the Nashville Shuffle. Grasshopper, 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 big little, big little, big little, big little. Okay, listen to the first half. The left hand is doing the same thing. We just changed the bow pattern. Okay, try it with me. Starting on your C sharp. 1, 2, ready, go. You want one more try at that? Let's do it one more time. Ready, set, go. Let me play the second half for you. It goes grasshopper, 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 pop. Listen to that. Grasshopper, 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 pop. Try the second half with me now. Starting on C sharp, grasshopper. 1, 2, ready, go. It's always the second half that's a little bit tricky, but with a little practice, you'll get it. Try the second half with me one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Whole thing, the whole grasshopper verse. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, now you can review those two verses on your own by reviewing this video. Okay, the next element I want to move on to is a half scale. And it's important because it gives you all the tools you need to finish this tune Scales are so important, not because we love to play scales, but because they're like the cells and the atoms that make up a body. They're all the building blocks of music, scales and arpeggios. So the half scale is open A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, A. And we're playing it in the key of A, which you don't need to understand right now. It's A, B, C sharp, D, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Try that with me, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1. Okay, that's a half of an A major scale. Practice that, especially using your pinky. Most people have a hard time using their pinky right off the bat. He needs to exercise, okay? Now, I'm going to teach you several different elements to add to that scale that are going to give you the skills you need for the rest of Boil the Cabbage. The first skill we're going to add to the scale is a sliding 2, and that will sound like this. Okay, try that with me. What that means is you have to plant your second finger down low and slide up to your tape if you're using tapes. Okay, try it with me, nice and slow. Ready, go. Let's do something more advanced, and let's pick our second finger up and slide him again when we're coming down, like this. Okay, so listen to this. Watch me pick up my second finger. Do you see him? He's getting ready. Okay, try that with me. We're going to slide going up and we're going to slide going down. Ready, go. Okay, I want you to practice that element. So you'll practice your half scale, you'll practice your slidey 2 on the half scale, you'll practice your apple pie verse and your grasshopper verse. That's 4 exercises you have to practice so far, okay? Now the second thing for this scale is adding the Nashville Shuffle with the slidey 2. It'll go like this. Okay, so let's try that one. 1, 2, ready, go. Now let me mention, a good habit that you want to get into is of relaxing your left hand. When we start doing those slides and hard stuff, it is so tempting to just clench our hand and it goes into this claw. But that can give you neurological problems and it's just a bad habit. You won't be able to play really fast if you develop that habit. So it's worth the extra effort to learn to relax your hand, and it is not easy. But I'm telling you now, don't squeeze. Okay? All right, the next exercise for the half scale is to add an open E string drone. That's challenging, and you will have to practice it, but it's worth it, okay? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put your bow on both strings, like we did with the Nashville Shuffle, remember? And we're gonna play our half scale. what that means is we're playing our fingers on the A string, but we can't touch the E string. Those of you with large hands, this is going to be extra hard for you. I won't lie to you, but Itzhak Perlman can do it, and his fingers look like bratwurst. So it can be done, and you just have to learn how to just grab just the corner of your fingertips so that you don't accidentally touch the E string. Another trick is you bring your elbow around a little bit more than normal. Normally I play like this, but when I'm trying to do two strings, my elbow comes around, which makes my fingertips a little taller so they don't accidentally hit the E string. Let's try it together. I'll give you 2 bows on every note, so like this. Okay, this you'll have to practice. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Are you squeezing? I bet you some of you were squeezing because it's not easy. Just remind yourself, do not squeeze. Okay, so practice that. So you've got your slidey 2. You got your Nashville shuffle with the slidey 2. You've got your half scale with open E. Then we're going to do all of them combined. Open E with your half scale, with the Nashville shuffle, and the slidey 2. It's not that big of a deal. It'll sound like this. Try it with me, but many of you won't be able to do this yet. But after a few attempts and some practice, you'll be able to do it. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, it's hard to remember all of the things combined. Sometimes I make a little list when I'm practicing, and I try to look at the list while I'm playing to help me keep all of the different skills in mind. Okay, all right, so practice the apple pie, the grasshopper, and all of your half scale exercises. That gives you the building blocks for Boil the Cabbage. So now I want to put together the apple pie verse, okay? And that means we bring our elbow around. We're going to play open E with apple pie. It'll sound like this. So we've got slidey 2s and open E strings. No big deal. Okay, let's try it. Let's go ahead and slide on the first, second finger, okay? You can slide on every second finger whenever it comes, but when you're really fiddling, you don't want to do it too much because that's just a little excessive. But when you're exercising and you're learning that slidey 2, go ahead and do it every time, okay? So get a low 2 ready, and you're going to hit 2 strings. Ready, set, go. I think I even forgot one of my slidey 2s. Hopefully you remembered yours. Okay, so practice that with your slidey 2s and your open E strings. Let's do it a little faster now. 1, 2, ready, play. let's put the grasshopper verse together. Same thing. We'll play our grasshoppers with slide etudes and an open E string. Okay, and this is the Nashville Shuffle. Let's do it about this fast. That's nice and slow, okay? Get that second finger ready to slide. 1, 2, grasshopper. All right, you hear how that comes together? That's sounding like an actual hoedown. All you need to do is practice it so that you can get it a little faster. Okay, so we've got the apple pie verse, we've got the grasshopper verse. I want to show you one little advanced trick that you may or may not be able to do yet, and it's every time you play your third finger on the A string. Right there, that D. Really, you could put your first finger on the E string and it would make a better double stop. But that's pretty advanced. Now listen, you don't have to do that because it sounds really cool without it. Here's without the advanced double stop. You just have that third finger with your open E, which is a little bit of a, well, it's a major second. It's kind of that chopstick sound. But that's okay. It goes by so fast, it really doesn't hurt you that much. Here's with the advanced double stop. Okay, and that's advanced. What I'm doing is when I put my third finger down on the A string, I don't play open E, I play first finger on the E string. That's F sharp. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, you'd practice going from second finger and open E. Go ahead and play that with me. Play your second finger, C sharp, and open E. Now go ahead and put third finger down right next to second finger and put first finger on the E string. Ready? Play. Okay, now keep your second finger glued. He won't move. Pop first and third up. Put them back down. Ready? Play. Pop them up. Play. Put them back down. Play. Okay, so it's a little bit of a coordination challenge. You just have to get those two fingers to work in tandem. And that's, you can practice that on your arm while you're watching TV. It's just a coordination thing, and sometimes if your eye is looking, it can help to command those muscles. Okay, that's advanced. It's optional. It's not necessary. But here's what it would sound like if you added it. It only happens 2 times in each verse. Okay? All right. I want to teach you the introduction. And in fiddling, we call that the potatoes. Okay? Sometimes you'll be the one to start off your band, and so you'll be the one who gives the potatoes. That's a little introduction, and it sets the speed. And the common potatoes for a hoedown is just open strings. Okay? I like to do grasshopper, 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 pop, because I like to add a little slide right after the pop. Listen to this. It's a little syncopated slide. If you don't like to do the grasshopper pop, you can do 4 grasshoppers. Grasshopper, 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 grasshopper. I think that's easier. Let's go ahead and do 4 grasshoppers, and then we're going to slide into our first note. Okay? Nice and slow. 4 grasshoppers. 1, 2, ready, go. Did you remember where you were? Let's do it again and count the grasshoppers. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It means you have to slide your second finger faster. Let's try it one more time. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how about we put the whole thing together now with the introduction, and then we'll go into apple pie, and then we'll go straight into grasshoppers. Okay, let's try that. We're gonna do 4 grasshoppers for an introduction. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Apple pie. Grasshoppers. Okay, now I did a really fancy ending, and that's too fancy for beginners. It would take me another 30 minutes to teach that to a beginner, but it's based off of a very easy ending, shave and a haircut, 2 bits, and I can teach that to you. Okay, it's 3 on the E string. Try that with me. Just think shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Nice and slow. Ready, set, go. One more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Now let's add our open string. Open A string. Listen to that. Sounds a little fancier. Let's try that. Ready, set, go. So if you glue that to the end of your grasshopper verse, it's a very snappy ending. There, that's it. You now know boil the cabbage down, and it's not a beginner's version. It's a pretty advanced, respectable version. If you could learn that in 30 minutes, imagine what you could learn in the entire fiddle course. Imagine yourself at a jam session, knowing what you're doing, or joining a band, or playing in a fiddle contest. I have over 200 students who have completed either the violin course or the fiddle course, or both. And right now they're having the time of their lives playing in all kinds of different environments. Some have participated in open mic nights, some have joined bands, some attend jam sessions. I've even had some in fiddle contests.